You know what the retirement industry doesn't want you to figure out? There are beach towns in Australia where the median house price is under $400,000, where retirees on the age pension alone own homes a 5-minute walk from pristine sand, where couples report their total annual expenses come in under $32, Zoo Zero, while they swim in crystal clear water every morning before breakfast. These are not compromised towns with polluted beaches or crumbling hospitals. These are genuine coastal communities with clean water, functioning emergency departments, active social clubs, and retirees who will tell you they live better now on their pension than they did working full-time in Melbourne or Sydney. I found 12 of them. And number one is so well balanced that retirees there are buying houses outright with their super and wondering why the rest of Australia hasn't figured out the secret. These towns exist in a blind spot, too far from capital cities to be commuter suburbs, too unglamorous for Instagram influencers, but absolutely perfect for retirees who care more about value and quality of life than postcode prestige. Number 12 is Burnie in Tasmania. Population approximately 19,500. Located 325 kilometres northwest of Hobart, with direct Spirit of Tasmania ferry access to Melbourne. What makes Burnie interesting is its affordability. The median house price is $435,000, which is 31% of Sydney's median and 46% of Melbourne's. Entry-level houses start around $320,000 for a basic 3-bedroom. You're reading that correctly. The beaches here are pristine Tasmanian waters, with multiple options within town limits and a 15-minute drive. West Beach sits right in town, and the water quality is excellent because there's minimal development pressure. Swimming is mainly from December through March because this is Tasmania, but beach walking and coastal scenery are year-round. I talked to a retired couple, former Melbourne teachers from the Box Hill area, who have been in Burnie for 6 years. They sold their cramped Melbourne townhouse and bought a 3-bedroom house on a quarter of an acre with ocean glimpses. They had $180,000 left over to invest. Their heating bill is their biggest expense now, but even that is less than what Melbourne council rates were. Here's the critical part for retirees. Northwest Regional Hospital is right in Burnie with a 24-hour emergency department. Multiple general practitioner clinics offer bulk billing. Annual expenses for a couple owning their home outright run approximately $26, $0 to $33,000. The trade-off is real. The cool climate is genuinely not for everyone. Grey winter days, a ferry or flight is required for mainland family visits. Its industrial port town history means it's not postcard pretty. But for retirees who want hospital access, a pristine environment, and genuine value without needing year-round warmth, this is where Melbourne money goes dramatically further. Number 11 is Portland in Victoria. Population approximately 11,500. Located 365 kilometres southwest of Melbourne, this is Victoria's oldest town, and it comes with something genuinely rare. A functioning hospital within town limits at these prices. The median house price sits at $395, roughly 42% of Melbourne's median. Entry-level houses start around $290,000 for a basic 3-bedroom. The coastline here is spectacular. Multiple beaches are in town or a short drive away, including surf beaches, protected bays, rock pools, and dramatic scenery. Water quality is excellent because it's the Southern Ocean. The swimming season runs mainly from November through April. The bonus is whale watching from shore from June through September. You can literally watch whales migrate past during your morning beach walk. I spoke with a retired couple, former Melbourne teachers from Reservoir, who have been in Portland for 7 years. They came for a holiday, saw the house prices, and moved within 8 months. They walk to a different beach every day. The hospital is 10 minutes away. They have made more genuine friends in 7 years than in 20 years in Melbourne. Their words, not mine. Portland District Health provides 24-hour emergency services. There are multiple general practitioner clinics in town. Annual expenses run approximately $27,000 to $34,000 for a couple owning outright. The trade-off is the cool climate year-round, the drive to Melbourne taking more than 4 hours, and limited cultural institutions. But for retirees who want hospital access and spectacular coastline without needing warmth, this delivers genuine value. Number 10 is Penguin in Tasmania. Yes, that is the actual name. And yes, there are penguins. The town has a population of approximately 4,500 and sits 15 kilometres from Burnie. This charming coastal village has its main street running along the foreshore where you can watch little penguins come in at dusk. The median house price is $480,000, still approximately 34% of Sydney's median. The beach is literally the town. It forms a protected bay with calm swimming, rock pools, recently upgraded foreshore facilities, and penguin viewing platforms. Water quality meets pristine Tasmanian standards. I spoke to a retired couple from Sydney's Penrith area who have been here for 4 years. They walk to the beach every morning, and at dusk they watch penguins from their deck with a glass of wine. Their total expenses are under $28,000 a year. They feel like millionaires on the pension. Healthcare access comes via Burnie, 15 minutes away, with a regional hospital and multiple GP options. The trade-off is that the small town can feel limiting. Winters are cold and mainland visits require ferry or flight planning. But for retirees who want village charm, a beach lifestyle, and genuine character at pension-friendly prices, Penguin delivers something you simply cannot find elsewhere. Number 9 is Tannum Sands in Queensland. Population approximately 6,500. Located 480 kilometres north of Brisbane and about 15 minutes from Gladstone. Here's what makes this significant. The median house price is $445,000, approximately 52% of Brisbane's median. But here's the real headline. You can swim in warm water year-round. The beach is the town. Main facilities sit directly on the foreshore with calm, protected swimming, excellent playgrounds, barbecue facilities, and a swimming enclosure. Water quality is monitored regularly, and the tropical waters stay warm through every season. This is not Tasmania, where you're beach walking in a jacket. This is Queensland, where you're actually swimming in January and July. I spoke with a retired couple from Brisbane's Ipswich area who have been in Tannum Sands for 5 years. They're on the full-age pension and own a house across from the beach. They swim every day because the water is warm all year. Gladstone has everything they need 15 minutes away. Their Brisbane friends cannot believe what they paid. Here's the healthcare equation. Gladstone Hospital sits 15 minutes away with full emergency services. Bulk billing is available. There is good specialist access for a regional area. Annual expenses run approximately $27,000 to $33,000 for a couple who own their home outright. The trade-offs include Gladstone's industrial backdrop, more than a 5-hour drive from Brisbane, humidity that doesn't suit everyone, and cyclone season awareness. But for retirees who want tropical warmth, calm beaches, and proper hospital access nearby at genuinely affordable prices, Tannum Sands solves an equation most people don't know exists. If you've made it this far, consider subscribing. It's completely free, and we're always improving to bring you even better videos. Number 8 is Harrington in New South Wales. Population approximately 3,200. It sits 330 kilometres north of Sydney. This is a peninsula town. Surf beach on our one side and a calm Manning River inlet on the other. Best of both worlds. Median house price is $580,000, approximately 41% of Sydney's median. You can walk to a long surf beach or kayak on the calm river. Dolphins swim past most days. Water quality is excellent on both sides. I talked to a retired couple from Sydney's Hurstville area who have been here for 6 years. They kayak on the river in the morning and swim at the surf beach after lunch. They paid $520,000 for their house. Friends paid $1. $9 million for similar water access in Sydney. They're genuinely not sure what they're missing. Manning Base Hospital in Taree is 20 minutes away with full emergency services. Bulk billing is available in Taree. Annual expenses run approximately $29,000 to $35,000. The trade-off is a 3.5-hour drive from Sydney, very limited town services, and the need to make your own entertainment. But for retirees who want a water lifestyle with both ocean and river, a warm climate and genuine peace, Harrington is Sydney prices divided by 4, with dolphins included. Number 7 is Evans Head in New South Wales, a quiet Byron Bay alternative. Population approximately 3,200, located 740 kilometres north of Sydney and 175 kilometres south of Brisbane. It offers the same climate and the same northern New South Wales beaches, but at a fraction of the price and with zero pretension. The median house price is $650,000, which sounds high until you realise Byron Bay's median exceeds $2, $5 million. The beach is within walking distance of town, with excellent water quality, one of the cleanest in the region. There's a surf beach and a protected Evans River estuary, so you get variety. You can swim year-round in warm water. Here's the key difference from Byron Bay. It's quiet even when Byron Bay is absolutely packed. I spoke with a retired couple from Brisbane's Capalaba area who have been in Evans Head for 9 years. Friends bought in Byron Bay 20 years ago and think they're geniuses. This couple bought here, and they have the same beaches, the same weather, and they can actually afford to eat at the restaurants. Their friends' Byron Bay rates alone are more than this couple's total annual expenses. Ballina District Hospital is 30 minutes away. Bulk billing is available in Ballina. Annual expenses run approximately $31,000 to $37,000. The trade-off is distance from both Sydney and Brisbane, the hospital not being in town, and small-town entertainment limitations. But for retirees who want the northern New South Wales lifestyle without northern New South Wales celebrity prices, Evans Head is the answer most people drive past without knowing. Number 6 is Dongara Port Denison in Western Australia. These are twin historic towns with a combined population of approximately 3,800, located 360 kilometres north of Perth. This is where the Indian Ocean delivers something the East Coast cannot match: Caribbean-style water clarity at outback prices. The median house price is $380, known approximately 54% of Perth's median and just 27% of Sydney's. Port Denison is literally on the beach. Turquoise water, calm swimming, pristine Indian Ocean conditions. The historic character includes heritage Moreton Bay fig trees and buildings from the 1800s. Water quality is exceptional. I talked to a retired couple from Perth's Jandakot area who have been here for 7 years. They sold in Perth and bought a house near the water for $340,000. The water is clearer than anywhere in Perth. They swim almost every day from September to May. Their super will never run out at this rate. Everyone they tell about Dongara thinks they're making it up. Here's the healthcare reality. Geraldton Regional Hospital is 60 minutes away. That's the main trade-off, the distance to a proper hospital. There is limited bulk billing locally. Annual expenses run approximately $25, $0 to $31,000. The other trade-offs are hot summers requiring good air conditioning, isolation and limited services. But for retirees who prioritise stunning beaches, heritage character, a dry climate, and exceptional value over hospital proximity, this historic twin town combination delivers something genuinely special. Number 5 is Tumby Bay in South Australia. Population approximately 1,800. Located 650 kilometres from Adelaide and 50 kilometres north of Port Lincoln on the Eyre Peninsula. This might be South Australia's most beautiful beach, and the prices genuinely do not make sense until you understand the isolation equation. Median house price is $360, approximately 45% of Adelaide's median and just 26% of Sydney's. Entry-level houses start around $270,000. The beach runs through town. The historic jetty, the foreshore, and the swimming area are all central to daily life. A protected bay with calm, crystal clear water and white sand. Water quality is exceptional because this is pristine Spencer Gulf. There's a tidal pool for kids, an excellent boat ramp, and foreshore facilities that locals actually use. You can swim most of the year, with warm summers and pleasant shoulder seasons, and crowding essentially a private beach experience because almost nobody knows this place exists. Here's what the numbers look like for daily life. Council rates run approximately $1,300 to $1,700 per year, among the lowest on this entire list. Estimated annual expenses for a couple owning their home outright come in at $23,000 to $29,000. That can be an $11,000 to $17,000 surplus from a full-age pension in a beachside town with water this clear. I spoke with a retired couple from Adelaide's Henley Beach area who have been in Tumby Bay for 8 years. They bought a house 4 streets from the beach for $280,000. The jetty is basically their living room now. They swim, they fish, and they eat some of the best seafood in Australia. Friends visit from Adelaide and ask why everyone doesn't live here. Honestly, they don't know either. The seafood angle is real. This is the peninsula. Port Lincoln nearby is Australia's seafood capital. Fresh oysters, King George whiting and southern bluefin tuna. Retirees here eat better than people paying $50 for fish and chips in Sydney. Now here's the trade-off, and it is substantial. Port Lincoln Hospital is 50 minutes away. That's not 15 minutes like some towns on this list. That's a real distance for anyone with ongoing health concerns. Specialists require trips to Port Lincoln or to Adelaide. The town is small with limited shopping and services. Very hot in summer. Very dry climate. This is genuine isolation. You need to be self-sufficient. But here's who this is perfect for. Retirees who want pristine beach beauty, small town peace, and exceptional value, and who are willing to trade convenience for lifestyle. Healthy retirees who don't need frequent medical access. People who can embrace the isolation rather than resent it. Tumby Bay is the picture-perfect peninsula beach town where Adelaide retirees buy houses near the jetty for under $350,000 and spend the rest of their lives wondering why the rest of Australia hasn't figured out the secret. Number 4 is Emu Park in Queensland. Population approximately 5,500. Located 640 kilometres north of Brisbane and 40 kilometres east of Rockhampton on the Capricorn Coast. Emu Park is an established retirement town. This is not a town that might work for retirement. This is a town that has worked for retirement for generations. The retirees here have proven the concept. The median house price is $485, approximately 57% of Brisbane's median. Multiple beaches sit within town limits. Main Beach is central and there are surf beaches, protected bays and rocky headlands with tidal pools. There's an ocean pool for safe swimming. Water quality is good to excellent warm tropical waters year-round. And it stays quiet even in peak season because this is not the Gold Coast. Nobody is fighting for parking. The facilities tell you this is a genuine retirement destination. Excellent foreshore with playground, barbecue areas, the famous Singing Ship Memorial, and walking paths throughout. The community infrastructure exists because retirees have been demanding it and councils have been building it for decades. I talked to a retired couple from Melbourne's Glen Waverley who have been in Emu Park for 11 years. They paid $310,000 for their house back then. It's worth about $480,000 now, which is still less than Melbourne units. They swim in warm water every single day of the year. The RSL does a great lunch. Everyone knows everyone. After freezing in Melbourne for 60 years, they genuinely don't understand why they didn't do this decades earlier. Here's the community reality. Very strong established retiree demographic. Everything you could want. Bowls, golf, RSL, fishing clubs, surf club, Probus U3A and regular community groups. Good cafe scene for the size. This is a town that understands what retirees actually need and is built around it. Healthcare is 40 minutes away in Rockhampton, which has a major regional hospital with good specialist access for the area. Bulk billing is available in Rockhampton. Annual expenses run approximately $28,000 to $34,000 for a couple owning outright. The trade-off is the distance from southern capitals making family visits expensive, humidity that not everyone tolerates, and the 40-minute drive to the hospital rather than 15. Flies in warmer months are a genuine reality. This is regional Queensland, not a sanitised resort. But for retirees who want warm water they can swim in year-round, an established community that already understands retiree needs, clubs and activities ready to join, and genuine value, Emu Park is the Capricorn Coast town where generations of retirees have proved that warm water, good clubs and beachside living does not require a fortune, just the wisdom to look past Byron and Noosa. Number 3 is Jurien Bay in Western Australia. Population approximately 2,200. Located 220 kilometres north of Perth on what is genuinely called the Turquoise Coast. And here's the thing, the name is not marketing. The water actually looks like the Caribbean. The median house price is $450,000, approximately 64% of Perth's median and just 32% of Sydney's. The town is built on the beach. Turquoise water steps from Main Street, a protected bay with crystal clear water, white sand, and minimal waves. This is a swimming paradise, not surf beach conditions. Water quality is exceptional because this is the pristine Indian Ocean with limited development pressure. The facilities include a jetty, boat ramps, and an excellent foreshore. Here's the bonus. Sea lion colonies are nearby that you can tour and swim with. Let me be completely honest about what we're talking about here. I spoke with a retired couple from Perth's Rockingham area who have been in Jurien Bay for 6 years. They told me the water here is clearer than anywhere they have been in the world, including the Maldives and the Caribbean. They're not exaggerating. They paid $390,000 for their house. They kayak with sea lions. They catch crayfish in season. Their total expenses are under $30,000 a year, and they genuinely feel like they're on permanent holiday. The lifestyle here is outdoors focused. Fishing is central to the community. Bowls, community groups, and sea lion tours. The character is a relaxed fishing town, welcoming and tight-knit. There's not a lot of nightlife or restaurant variety, but that's not why people come here. Now here's the trade-off, and it is the biggest healthcare gap on this list outside of Tumby Bay. The nearest proper hospital is either Moora at 80 kilometres or Geraldton at 160 kilometres for major services. The general practitioner clinic in town operates regular hours. There is limited bulk billing. Perth is drivable in a day for specialist appointments, but this is genuinely isolated from hospital access. Annual expenses run approximately $26,000 to $32,000 a year for a couple owning outright. Hot summers require air conditioning. Services are limited. You need to plan shopping trips. Who is this perfect for? Retirees who prioritise water quality and natural beauty above all else. People who are currently healthy and who can accept some isolation from emergency services. Those who understand the trade-off and choose the lifestyle anyway. Jurien Bay is where the turquoise coast earns its name, with Caribbean blue water and sea lions for neighbours, at prices that Perth retirees discover only after years of wishing they had moved sooner. Wait until you see what comes next at number 2. Number 2 is Bargara in Queensland, population approximately 8,500, located 385 kilometres north of Brisbane and just 13 kilometres from Bundaberg's central business district. This is where the equation starts to get genuinely compelling, because Bargara solves problems that most affordable beach towns cannot. The median house price is $670,000, approximately 79% of Brisbane's median, but still just 48% of Sydney's. Yes, it is higher than some towns on this list. What you get for that premium is the closest thing to a complete package. The town is the beach. Multiple beaches line the coastline, all within walking distance. There's a mix of surf beaches, protected bays, and tidal pools for safe swimming. Monrepo's turtle nesting beaches are nearby. You can watch turtle hatchlings in season. Water quality is good to excellent, warm year-round, and while busy in peak periods, the multiple beaches spread the crowd so it never feels packed. Turtles are a major draw. Facilities are excellent, with patrolled beaches, an ocean pool, extensive walking paths, a turtle centre, and playgrounds. This is a town that has evolved specifically to support beach retirement, and the infrastructure shows it. I spoke with a retired couple from Sydney's DY who have been in Bargara for 9 years. They had lived in a Sydney unit with a glimpse of the water if you stood on the balcony and leaned. It was worth $1.6 million. They sold it, bought a house in Bargara for $540,000 with actual ocean views, and invested over $1 million. They swim in warmer water every day. Their Sydney friends think they're geniuses. They just think Sydney people don't own maps. Bundaberg Hospital sits 15 minutes away, not 40 minutes, not 60 minutes, 15 minutes to a major regional hospital with full emergency services, good bulk billing availability in Bundaberg. A reasonable specialist range for a regional area. This is the healthcare access that makes retirees actually comfortable, not just theoretically covered. The community infrastructure is fully developed. Everything imaginable: bowls, golf, fishing, surf club, RSL, Probus, U3A, craft groups, walking groups, and swimming groups, good cafe and restaurant scene, markets. Bundaberg covers anything else you need. This is an established community that supports retiree lifestyle. Annual expenses run approximately $30,000 to $36,000 for a couple owning their home outright. Slightly higher than some towns because the median price is higher, but still dramatically below capital city retirement costs. The trade-off is 4+ hours from Brisbane, cane fires in season, humidity and flies in warmer months. You need to embrace the regional Queensland lifestyle. But for retirees who want the complete package, great beaches, a hospital 15 minutes away, an established community, activities, and prices that still let you invest the difference from your city property sale. Bargara is the Bundaberg beach suburb where Sydney retirees sell their cramped units, buy houses with ocean views, and still have change left over. Discovering that warm water, turtle beaches, and proper healthcare beats a harbour glimpse any day. Number 1 is Geraldton in Western Australia. Population approximately 38,000. Located 420 kilometres north of Perth. Geraldton achieves a rare balance among regional beach towns. Here's why this ranks highest. And I want to be specific because this is not about Geraldton being perfect. It is about Geraldton solving the equation that most affordable beach towns cannot solve. Most towns on this list have one or two key factors: great beaches but distant hospitals, affordable prices but limited services, good healthcare but ordinary beaches. Geraldton has all four in genuine balance. That is why it is number 1. The median house price is $420,000, approximately 60% of Perth's median and 30% of Sydney's. Entry-level houses start around $320,000 for established 3-bedroom homes. You're buying a house in a regional city with pristine beaches for less than the price of a Sydney car space. Multiple beaches sit within city limits. Protected swimming beaches, surf breaks, a kite surfing mecca, and snorkeling spots. Water quality is exceptional because this is the pristine Indian Ocean with turquoise clarity. Facilities are excellent across all beaches, with an upgraded foreshore precinct, swimming enclosures, and accessible options. Never crowded because multiple beaches mean you always find your own space. Beaches feel like a daily luxury here. Here's the healthcare equation, and this is where Geraldton separates from the pack. Geraldton Regional Hospital is a proper public hospital with 24-hour emergency, surgical services, maternity, and a good range of ongoing care. Multiple general practitioner clinics offer reasonable bulk billing. A good specialist range visits regularly, including oncology, cardiology, and orthopedics. Fly-in services supplement local specialists. Perth covers genuinely complex needs, but most regular retiree healthcare needs are covered locally. Hospital access is a key part of the story. I spoke with a retired couple who both worked in Perth Healthcare, a nurse and a physio, now in Geraldton for 8 years. They said they know what medical access actually matters because they worked in the system. They sold their Perth house for $720,000, bought in Geraldton for $365,000 and put $355,000 into investments. Their superannuation will literally never run out. They swim in crystal clear water every day, and they don't understand why more people don't do this. A single retiree, a former Sydney high school teacher, summed it up simply after 5 years in Geraldton. She could afford to rent a room in Sydney or own a house near the beach in Geraldton. Not a hard choice. She swims in the Indian Ocean every morning before breakfast. Her house cost less than a Sydney car space. Full city services exist beyond healthcare. Woolworths, Coles, Aldi and independent grocers, a good restaurant and cafe scene, cinema, theatre, pubs and clubs, regular cultural events and farmers markets, library, recreation centres, TAFE, a university campus, an art gallery and a museum. Everything you expect from a city at regional prices. City amenities make daily life simple. The climate is Mediterranean, with 300+ sunny days per year, warm, dry summers, mild winters and lower humidity compared with Queensland. Annual expenses run approximately $27,000 to $34,000 for a couple owning their home outright. The trade-offs for Geraldton are real. 420 kilometres from Perth means flights are required for family not in Western Australia, and East Coast family is genuinely far away. Hot summers require good air conditioning. This is a regional city, not Melbourne or Sydney, so cultural offerings have limits. Complex or rare specialist needs may still require trips to Perth. But here's the synthesis. Other towns on this list have pristine beaches, or a proper hospital, or city services, or affordability. Geraldton has all four. The hospital is about 10 minutes away, the beach about 5 minutes away, and supermarkets, specialists, and restaurants are all accessible, for a median house price of $420,000. That combination simply does not exist elsewhere at this price point. Geraldton is the regional city where pristine Indian Ocean beaches meet proper hospital services and full city amenities. It is surprisingly affordable and balanced, with homes available for under $450,000. Retirees swim in crystal clear water every morning, see specialists when they need them, and wonder why the retirement industry pretends beach life requires a fortune. So there they are. 12 Australian beach towns where retirees on pensions alone own homes near the water and live better than they did working full-time in expensive cities. From Burnie and its pristine Tasmanian waters to Geraldton and the turquoise Indian Ocean. From Tumby Bay and its picture-perfect jetty to Bargara and its turtle beaches. From Portland and its whale-watching to Jurien Bay and its sea lions. Let me be honest about who this is not for. If you need to be within an hour of family for regular caregiving, distance is a deal breaker. If you have complex ongoing health needs requiring major teaching hospital access, most of these towns are not suitable. If you absolutely cannot tolerate climate variation from your specific preference, options narrow quickly. If you need capital city cultural amenities to be happy, regional Australia will disappoint you. If you would resent the distance rather than embrace the lifestyle, don't do it. But if you want a beach lifestyle on an age pension or modest super, if you are willing to research beyond the obvious expensive destinations, if you prioritise value and lifestyle over postcode prestige, if your family situation allows for some distance, and if you are healthy enough to manage with regional healthcare access, these towns prove something the retirement industry does not want you to know. The question is not whether you can afford to retire by the beach. The question is whether you can afford to keep believing you cannot. From Burnie to Geraldton, from Tumby Bay to Bargara, Australians are living proof that you can wake up to ocean views on an age pension budget. The retirement industry sells expensive options because that's where commissions are, not because they are the only options. If you made it this far, subscribe for more content on Australian lifestyle alternatives that the mainstream does not cover. Comment honestly which town surprised you most and what is actually stopping you from considering a move. Like and subscribe so the algorithm shows this to other people asking the same questions.